Would you rather live in Western Europe or in Eastern Europe? And the answer here is pretty clear. Western Europe clears Eastern Europe every time. There are a lot of people who in the West are saying that the West is collapsing, that France is a shithole, England is a shithole, and I do think to some extent they are right. There is a lot of terrorism and slums and shit in the UK and in France and in Germany. It is much better to live in Paris than in Bucharest. Trust me on that. As someone who was born in an Eastern European country, I would say that things are not easy here. It's not a conservative heaven you may think it is, and you should be grateful for living in a prosperous first world country. Would you rather live in Ukraine or in Gaza? This I think is a no-brainer. I would rather live in Ukraine. This really depends where in Ukraine you live, but even if you live in Kiev, I think it's still relatively safe now, except for rocket strikes from the Russians. But if you live in, for example, Western Ukraine, that's an area pretty much completely safe from war, except for, of course, rocket strikes. But Gaza is a much different story. The entire area of it is under war, facing invasion from Israel, but it is also a very small space, very cramped, urban, and there are a lot of people there, lots of urban fighting. The entire Gaza Strip is involved, and I would say that war crimes happening there are maybe even worse than ones happening in Ukraine, so I wouldn't want to live there, definitely. Would you rather drink cola or drink Pepsi? And this is Pepsi, no-brainer. Pepsi is much more sweeter, and some people don't like that about it, which I think is fine. Maybe you don't like the taste, but then there are some retards not liking Pepsi because it has more sugar, which means it is more unhealthy. Coke and Pepsi are both very unhealthy. Pepsi is maybe 5% more unhealthy for you because of more sugar, but if you're gonna be drinking a soda, you might as well drink the one which tastes better, since they're all pretty unhealthy for you, so no need to choose which one is healthier. They're all shit for you, but Pepsi is much more sweet and tasty in my opinion. Would you rather have lots of green or smoke lots of green? And I think this is a no-brainer. I would have lots of money. I don't smoke weed and I don't plan to, and even if I wanted to, then I could just buy it with all the green I have. Would you rather be a short man or a tall woman? This is a difficult one because both are very difficult. Being a short man is difficult from societal point because everyone will make fun of you, but being a tall woman is very hard for your health, I would imagine. And it's also a societal thing where people make fun of you, so I would probably pick being a short man. Would you rather live in the Wolfenstein universe or in Fallout universe? And both of these are very, very bad. Do you want to live in a Nazi-dominated world or in a nuclear wasteland? Since I'm not a 6'3", blonde, blue-eyed German Aryan, will probably not have a fun time in the universe of Wolfenstein, but I would still prefer living on a planet that is not ravaged by total nuclear annihilation and radiated mutants, where there is no societal order. So these two are tough, but I would probably choose Wolfenstein's universe. I still think it's just a little bit better than living in a nuclear wasteland. Although exploring said wasteland would maybe be interesting, but it will be very hard to survive, so I'm sticking with my original choice. Would you rather have an Android phone or an iPhone? I would actually prefer to have an iPhone because Android phones have more options, you can do more with them, and in most cases they are cheaper, but all those benefits, especially the one with you have more options, are not really important to me because I don't really use phones for that, and iPhones are much better for basic stuff. They're much smoother, they will work longer. I think they have better batteries, or maybe not. They have better cameras, that's for sure, but the price is the biggest problem with iPhones. But I do think for the majority of population they would prefer having an iPhone or an Android phone, so I would choose an iPhone here. Would you rather have 2008 Ronaldo or 2009 Messi in your team? Both 2008 Ronaldo and 2009 Messi are the two greatest youngsters football has ever seen. They were both brilliant, they both won the UCL and the Ballon d'Or in those seasons, both were the top scorers in their leagues I think, but Messi won the treble that season, but Ronaldo won every individual award possible, and both were very cold. These are the coldest versions of Messi and Ronaldo ever, but as a Manchester United fan I would have to choose Ronaldo, although it's very close. And finally, would you rather have an N-word pass or $10 million? And this one is a no-brainer for me. I'm choosing $10 million every time, because I already have an N-word pass. How, you might ask? Well, I saw it on Instagram. This black dude said everyone whose name starts with the letter M has a free N-word pass. So, thank you for watching.